Hi, my name is Mike Faubert with Liberty. Thank you so much for taking this opportunity to join me on this journey today. Today I'm going to be talking about complex utility network data sharing and how we can make that easy. So as I mentioned, I work for Liberty. I'm the program manager for GIS, and I chose that picture because I wanted everybody to realize that I really do enjoy the geographic part of the GIS. So we're going to talk about batch plotting. And if you've ever been asked, can you make me a map, you have come to the right place today. My operations team wanted a map of every circuit, and they wanted to have the same level of detail that they're used to seeing on their mobile application, and they wanted them to be updated regularly. So I chose GeoMedia. So let's talk about that. What are the advantages? First of all, it's easily repeatable, anyone can use it, and it can be printed if needed. And you may be asking, well, why not just use a mobile application? Well, there's no training required with a PDF of a batch plot. There's no connectivity issues because everything is stored on the device. And there's no special apps to download. There's no passwords, there's no usernames. So it's just a really easy way to take your data and make it available to other people. So you may be asking, well, how do I create a batch plot? I'm glad you asked. So let's start with the workflow. With all good processes, you need to start with the beginning. So we're going to launch GeoMedia. Then we're going to create some grids. Now, there are several ways to create grids, and I won't go into detail here, but one thing you want to consider is the size of the grid. For example, I wanted to be able to print a grid, if necessary, on a 24 by 36 inch sheet of paper and have everything in the print scaled appropriately. Once you've designed your grids, now you're ready for your design print layout. When designing the print layout, I chose a 24 by 36 print. I chose to display 3 print windows. The large square is for the base map, which displays your facilities. The upper right square is an overview of all the grids that will be included in the batch plot. And the square below the overview is the adjoint map. It displays the grids that are adjacent to the active grid. I also brought in a legend of the main features and a title block. Once you have designed the print layout, you can insert the layout frames for the maps you intend to use. Now we move to styling the data. Now that you have your print layout ready, you can begin to query and style your data. Keep in mind to set your map scale the same as the scale you chose in the print layout. This will ensure the map appears correctly when printed. You'll also need to create a legend for each layout. Each layout frame that will be used in a print and query and style the data successfully. So every print frame that you have will have a corresponding map legend with it, and that shows up in each print window. Once everything is the way you want it to be, you will need to save the workspace and export the layout template. Now we move to the batch plotting utility. Depending on your version of GeoMedia and Windows, the batch plotting utility will be in the GeoMedia desktop program folder under Utilities. Once that has been launched, you create a short sheet composition where you will load the workspace that you just created and the corresponding print layout template. Now you're ready to print a PDF. So you'll choose your favorite PDF printer, select your paper size, and begin the print process. This print layout should join all of your prints from each grid into one final print. Now you have your end solution. Once again, I want to thank you so much for joining us today and allowing me to show you what I've done with batch plotting.